Yes, that was my first ever payout, and it felt nice. Really, really nice. It meant I was finally doing something right. And I was actually shocked it came through. I wasn't actually expecting much, but when it happened, I was like, okay, this is definitely a miracle. We're deviating from conventional nine to fives and
That's true.
looking for better ways.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our second round of our Fortunes Payouts interview. My name is Sir Hans Felix, but you already know that. If this is the first time you are watching one of our series, you are in for a treat because today, we have the opportunity to interview a queen from Nigeria. She does not play around, all right? She does not play no games with these pips. She goes by the name of Sophia Igba. Queen, you are here to shine in this interview, all right? So take nothing back. Make sure you have your moment today because today is your day. And it might be 2 a.m. in Nigeria. We apologize for that. But how you feeling today? How you feeling?
I'm doing fine. I'm a little bit nervous.
I know, I
I'm a
can
little
tell.
bit camera shy. This is my first interview ever.
One of many.
Yep. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Sounds like a plan. No problem. So tell the people, how long have you been trading? And how old are you? And where do you reside?
Okay, I live in Nigeria. I'm 22 years old and I have been trading for 2 years now.
Wow.
August, August this year, maybe 2 years, yes.
Wow. You've not
two
even been
years.
trading for more than 2 years and you've gotten a payout in an interview. You seem to be doing pretty good so far.
I'm trying.
You're not just trying, you're doing, you're executing. You are literally doing things that a lot of traders have not even gotten to a point of doing because of pride, ego, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So, you got to give yourself some credit. You're not just trying, you're manifesting everything that's coming your way. And we are proud of you, sister. You are 22 years old, okay? 22. When I first started learning how to trade, I was 24, I think, or maybe 23. All right. Maybe I was 22. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. All I know is it's been 8 years and I'm 31 now. So you do the math. Maybe I was 23 then. So you're doing pretty good. Back when I was your age, I didn't even have the opportunities that you guys have now. And you are a prop firm simulated trader. And you've gotten a really nice payout. If I'm not mistaken, it was for a good $600. How did you feel about that? Was that your first ever payout?
Yes, that was my first ever payout and it felt nice. Really, really nice.
That's what I'm talking about. How nice. What did this mean to you as a trader to get a payout?
Well, it meant I was finally doing something right.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's definitely in fact. And it felt nice to have results because I was at trading for so long. It felt like nothing was working. But the moment I got my payout, I knew I knew I was onto something. So I just keep the momentum going.
That's what's up. So now let me ask you this question. At what point where you were making the profit and you were like basically in your zone and you're seeing through 200, 300, 400, 500, what thoughts were going across your head? Like, what were you thinking to stop at to make a good payout? What percentage were you going for, and what pair of in the markets was it that helped you to make these profits?
Well, I was actually aiming for 10%.
Okay,
I was aiming for 10%,
and the account
and
size,
it was a 7-5 account.
a $7,500 account.
7,500.
Okay, 7,500. Cool.
and I was aiming for 10%, but I think I got a little bit below that. Yeah, I got a little bit below that. And the pair that I traded the most was the NAS 100. And I think that's my favorite pair of all time.
Oh yeah, your favorite pair
Yeah.
is Nas. I was just talking about Nas like 5 to 10 minutes ago to my students in this boot camp, the psychology boot camp that I was doing. I'm very curious to know, like, what is your risk preference and why Nas is your favorite pair?
NAS is my favorite pair because I don't know, I just the moment I started trading, I felt like I understood it more than I did the other pairs. So I leaned into it more. So the more I leaned into it, the more I got to understand it and basically stuff like that.
Okay.
And when I was taking the challenges, I was risking 1% per trade, and that was very risky, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Wow. So was this a paid account or maybe a free giveaway? Because the $7,500 account, the 75, $7,500 account. I don't even think that is something we still have. This was probably like back when we first started. So is that one of those accounts and opportunities?
Yes, 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 it was. And it came at the right time, actually. It was like a miracle. In
Oh
fact,
yeah.
it was a miracle because I
Wow.
literally prayed to God for that and it happened. So yes, it was one of the giveaway accounts. And I was actually shocked it came through. I wasn't actually expecting much, but when it happened, I was like, okay, this is definitely a miracle. Nothing else.
Wow. Why do you feel like it was a miracle? Were you just like you just so happened to be on Instagram, or how did you find out about
Yes,
Fortunes Funding?
I just I was aimlessly scrolling through Instagram. I tell you that day I was on my bed, just sitting, wondering what to do next. So I was scrolling through Instagram. Then Roy from Chart Addict posted something about Fortunes funding, a new prop firm, this, that. So I decided to check it out and here we are today.
Wow. That's crazy. So okay, I'm starting to finally understand the way this algorithm or the way the outreach to Africa has been basically I've been trying to connect the dots because there's been a lot of payouts and for some reason a lot of the traders who've gotten a payout they're in Africa. And I've been wondering, yo, what's going on? What's the deal? Obviously, I'm rooting for my people, right? I'm of Caribbean descent, but of course, like we all came from somewhere. Like before we were anything else, we were Africans, right? So shout out to my boy Burner Boy, you feel me? So so I've been trying to figure it out. And now I think I got an idea. I've been thinking maybe our ads just keep on reaching that side of the globe. I mean, we've had some people from the Netherlands, I've interviewed somebody from there. We've interviewed people from America, obviously, but Africa? Psh, boy, I tell you, I was like, damn, maybe Fortune's Funding needs to go have an Africa tour, like just to meet the traders in person. How would you feel about seeing some of the Fortune's Funding crew or the whole entire crew?
That would be nice. It would be really amazing. I've never seen any platform do anything like that before. And I think Africa is at a point where we're kind of like trying to find new ways to make money.
Right.
Where we're deviating from conventional nine to fives and
That's true.
looking for better ways. So I think we're a lot more open now. So something like that would actually be really nice.
It would be. It really much would be. So you've touched on a really good point. Um, the traditional 9 to 5, or just going to school, choosing a career. What are you seeing people your age? I sound old, but what is a typical day to day for somebody in Nigeria around your age demographic?
Okay, right now, I'm currently in school. I am in my third year studying computer engineering. So, what most of my peer group is doing is actually schooling. And I think there's this whole trend going on where everybody is kind of like gravitating towards tech,
Yeah.
going into tech and, trying to find something in tech. So I think everybody's just trying to find a way. Nobody's really Nobody really knows where their head is at yet. But right now, I think everybody is kind of gravitating towards tech.
Okay. Wow. So there's a transition, there's a shift. A lot of Nigerians, young Nigerians are transitioning into tech. I'm really happy to hear that actually, because the media always makes things as they aren't. So they make it seem like, most young Nigerians now, like they just getting into gangs only. There's no jobs and, things are not doing. But when you go to YouTube, you hear Nigerians are starting out new businesses. And ever since COVID, like a lot of young entrepreneurs are now emerging into like different markets and industries. And so I'm starting to think like, man, that's very, very, very exciting because people within our age group can now use profits that they make from trading to start investing in their small businesses. Where is your mind at when it comes to different areas of small business besides trading?
Well, business, business, business. Okay. Wow. I did not expect that question.
Good. Expect the unexpected, like a liquidity sweep.
Okay, so concerning business, right now, I'm not really, I haven't really thought about it yet. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really, it's not something I have sat down to actually think about and make a plan for. But I know myself, I am extremely business oriented and it's something that I actually plan to do. So with the time, I think it'll happen.
I love that. Perfectly well answered. In due time, everything does happen. And you are young. And plus, your main focus right now is school and business, computer science. So, in due time, I do believe that you will be able to raise capital. And, the sky's the limit for you. You can go so many routes. And you're in your element, yo, like 2 years. All it took for you to be profitable, that's a big thing. And so I wish nothing but the best for you. But I want to ask, like, why trading? How did you even come across such a thing when you're literally in school with doing the whole computer science thing? Like, how did that come across you?
Okay, I actually first got to know about Forex. I think when I was 15, 14 or so.
Wow.
Then I think then it was during the holidays, so I was always looking for ways to like make money online. Da, 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 da. So,
Yeah, this is
but
getting good. When you hear the that's when the part gets good. I'm ready. I'm ready.
so I
Get
read,
posted.
I read, I read, I read somewhere in line where it said you needed a lot of money to trade and all that. So I got discouraged and I let the whole thing die. Fast forward to 5 years later, after I finished secondary school, that's high school.
Okay,
This
okay.
friend of mine told me he wanted to go into trading, but he needed at least $1,000. And I was like, okay, that's physically impossible for me to get my house on. So I let it die. So this friend of mine got his big break through crypto. Then he was always trying to like nudge me in the trading direction, learn how to trade, do this, do that, learn how to trade. I wasn't really buying into the idea because I still had this notion in my mind that I needed a lot of money to go into trading. Then getting into my first year in the university, someone else came up to me and was like, you should learn how to trade. It would really look nice on you.
It would
So
look nice on you.
yeah,
No. Was this man trying to flirt with you?
I don't think so because he had a course he paid for and he was learning it and he said he would give it to me if I wanted it. But I wasn't really buying into the idea. But I
He
don't know,
was trying to make you
somehow
his African trading queen. That's what he was trying to do. He out here giving you the password to his course, to the course he paid for. Are people just that nice out there like that? I don't think
I
so.
guess maybe.
All right, I see you. I see you. You got that Riz game over there in Nigeria. You got it. You holding it down over there. You be out here engineering liquidity out there. Okay, I see. Keep going. Keep going. We're learning a lot today.
So with that, I kind of started buying into the idea. Subsequently, I decided to learn how to trade, and I did what most broke newbie traders would do. Went straight to YouTube, and I still learning from there. And you know, here we are today.
Okay, interesting. All right. So supply and demand versus smart money. Where are you when it comes to that?
Okay, first of all, I think everything works because I have traded retail and I have gone the smart money way. So I know they both work. It's all a matter of preference. I don't think there's any need to bash retail or bash smart money or
Right.
I really don't get what the whole fiasco is about
I
because
don't get it neither. It's like a war. It's like,
pick a
what's that?
side. It's really
Because
that simple. Just pick a side.
well said. Well said. So do you feel like at the end of the day it's really about risk management?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Risk management and psychology. Oh my God. Psychology. If you don't have your mind right, it's going to tell when you're trading eventually. It will.
Absolutely. And how do you manage your psychology as a trader?
Okay. So when I tell people that my trading is extremely spiritual, they think it's funny. But I think what keeps me grounded the most in my life is prayer. So, when one aspect of your life is just, I don't know, how do I say this? But trading isn't all about just trading. There are a lot There are a lot of other things involved. So I feel like my trading goes well because my spiritual life goes well. I don't know if that makes sense to
It
anybody,
makes
but
absolute sense. You just blew my mind because I was just saying that and just a few minutes ago. And so that's why I was taken aback because I'm like, wow, I asked you this question and you gave me an answer that I'm very familiar with. Yes, I do believe that spirituality has a big impact on your trading because if your mind is not grounded, if you're chasing the money too much, if you don't know how to be content and satisfied and be done for the day, if you don't know how to walk away and be the bigger person and you got to turn the other cheek, you know, if you don't do it, then the market is going to take over your emotions and nothing should be able to take your emotions that fast because somewhere in the good book it says do not worry, right? And
yep,
so you have to just know yourself. You have to know
exactly.
your confidence level. You have to know what you don't subscribe to because you can't subscribe to every setups in the markets, even though this market is a market of abundance. So yes, very well said. Spoken like a true leader. So i- is this is this part of how you were raised, or is this something you've learned to embrace for yourself?
Well, it's actually part of how I was raised, and growing up, I've embraced it because you can be taught something in your childhood, and well, if you don't embrace it, it's never going to do you any good. So yes, it was part of how I was brought up, but I also learned to embrace it.
Absolutely. It's good to know, man. It's really it's refreshing to know that you are an exemplary trader within your age group. And especially like how do you feel about people um talking talking down about female traders saying, they might be more emotional than men. Like, what obstacles have you faced by being in this industry where like it's mostly masculine led? Do you have any goals of being like one of those people within your town, within your country that you want to like teach and have your own academy one day? Like what does that look like for you as far as goals?
Okay, as far as goals, first of all, I don't know, people don't really think females are the best traders. I don't know. I don't usually tell people that I trade. They just find out. And when they find out, they're like, oh, okay, wow, that's okay. I really don't care. But as far as teaching is concerned, I don't have any plans to teach right now. But in the future, definitely, because I think this is something that God has blessed me with. So it's only right if I can, bless someone else with it.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. As of right now, you're just only interested in teaching yourself and becoming um, a student to very much different levels in life. So I get it. You have all the time in the world, no rush into trying to become no type of mentor to anybody but yourself. All right. But do you currently have a mentor at this present moment?
A lot of my trading was learned through trial and error. So there isn't one particular person that I can point out and say, really took me under and taught me a lot of things. But
Wow.
well, trial and error
Trial
has
and
been my
error is the
mentor so
best
far.
mentor. Yes. Well said. Well said. Well said. I can relate. It's been a minute since I've had to call somebody my mentor, if it not been for my losses and wins. Once you really get grounded into what you know, I've had to play that role for many people. But when they're like, "Hey, who taught you this?" I'm like, "Well, honestly, 10,000 hours of back testing taught me this, you know, and knowing what to do and what not to do taught me um, how to build my personality. A lot of people have trouble figuring out their identity on the charts. And so, what would be a pretty good setup for Nas that you usually go for on a day to day basis?
The NAS. Well, NAS usually, for me, it usually retraces. I like to see it retrace to, 50% to the 50% Fibonacci level before doing anything. Because NAS doesn't just move, it gives you hints before it finally takes off. So, yeah, that's
Absolutely.
basically it.
All right. So, we're going to do something since you said you like Nas. Did you trade today?
No, I didn't.
All right,
I
so you
didn't
knew it was core
trade today.
CPI. You wasn't trying to take no chances, huh?
Nope, wasn't trying to get burned today.
Well done. Okay, so we're going to share the screen real quick and we're going to talk about a particular setup. Um, so here we go. What is your bias on Nas currently with everything that's going on? Have you been taking more buy trades or are you more of a sell trade type of person?
Right now on NAS, I am bullish, extremely, extremely bullish.
Why is that?
Well, technically, from the technical aspect, if you look at the weekly time frame, you would see that House is just very bullish, and it actually tapped into this other block right here. So
Yes, yes, yes.
that's one of the major reasons. And it's a weekly order block. There's no fighting it.
There's no fighting it. You're right. So let's go ahead and close some of those drawings. Obviously, you can tell that I trade Nas as well. And let's go ahead and talk about what else you can see here that's basically dictating that we are still bullish. Can we drop down into the daily time frame?
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead and drop down into the daily time frame. What do you see here as far as the most recent data?
Hey, so I haven't actually traded NAS recently because I'm still expecting it to drop a little bit more to take out this low that it created here and tap into the other block sitting right below it. That's
Perfect.
where I'm actually looking to go long.
I like
Right.
it. Guess what? That's exactly what I'm looking for too. So I just wanted to make sure you knew your stuff. I've tested a couple traders before, and so far you guys have not disappointed me. The other day, somebody said, "Oh, all I trade is GU." I said, "Yeah, okay. Close your eyes. Tell me exactly where the price point is if that's your baby." And he said, "I think it is at 1.25, blah blah." I was like, "You know what, brother? Respect, because you were right. That's exactly where it was at." And so, I gave them their flowers. So, this you just proved to yourself why female traders, especially Sophia, is not the one to play with. She knows what she's talking about. All right. So, congratulations. Congratulations. You have passed the test. I always like to bring in a little bit of a surprise element to my interviews because we're traders at the end of the day. We should be able to have conversations and not make this so generic, but so we talking into an environment that resonates with our knowledge. So I just gave you all the respects and the flowers in the world. Sophia, if you are watching this from a perspective of the old Sophia or future Sophia, what would you tell that person as you are watching this video in the future?
Okay. I will tell old Sophia to be humble. Be humble and learn. Girl, you need to learn. Just be humble and keep going. You get there. Then to my future self, I would say, wow, just keep moving forward and just keep doing your best. Keep putting in the work because you didn't get this far by chance and you're not going to go any further by any chance. Just keep putting in the work.
Did you feel that? This is the moment that we as traders understand that everything that we have done has accumulated to certain moments where we could either keep going, and even if we go back, we still have a message to let our old self know that everything that we're doing right now was worth it. Sophia, congratulations. I am
Thank
super,
you.
super honored to have met you. And I'm so happy to have been the first person to interview you because, you might not remember me. And, in the future, you probably be too big for the little people. So
I'll
I'm
definitely remember this interview
I know you
first.
would. And I definitely would love to have this interview in person next time with the Fortunes Funding crew. You just never know what the future holds. And I see you achieving great things. And I can tell that you will be not just a profitable trader, but a staple for your generation. So once again, thank you for being a part.
Thank you.
Guys, this is the end of the Fortunes Funding payout episode with Sophia. Thank you for being such a humble interviewee and guest. And yeah, I'll see you next time for sure. And for those of you guys watching, Sir Hans Felix signing out. And just remember, fortune
Framing
favors.
favors the
Oh,
bold.
yes, yes, yes. You already know how we move in. And Sophia, before we finish, I just want you to know that you had just been awarded a 25K account from Fortunes Funding on our behalf. We just want to show our gratitude for being a simulated trader who has actually made us look real good by being one of our first female interviews that we've had in a long time. Okay, so keep doing what you're doing, and
Thank
guys,
you.
see you next time. Peace, love, and blessings.